Hello, welcome back to my channel. You're with Joe, and I trust you're having a great day. We have to update some stuff with Myanmar. Those of you that have been with me for a while know that Myanmar holds a really big place in my heart after going there on the mission trip. And so what has happened is that Myanmar has been under military rule. And they had an election, and the people of Myanmar voted. And unfortunately, the military believes that the election was faked, was fraud. And so they've taken over Myanmar by force into military rule, and the people aren't having a bar of it. But what's happened is that there have been lots of people killed by the military. It's been predicted by the Assistance Association for Political Prisoners, an activist group, that over 700 people have been killed so far. 46 have been children. That breaks my heart. The world we're watching in horror as the army uses violence against its own people. So the United Nations Security Council has come out and spoken. So this is from the Australian Broadcasting Corporation, this article. So they're accusing Russia and China of blocking a response to the military coup. So it's reported that China and Russia are the two biggest suppliers of military arms to Myanmar. The United Nations Security Council has not condemned the coup as such. However, there are sanctions. The EU are preparing sanctions on individuals and companies owned by the military. Really breaks my heart. So they elected the government of Aung San Suu Kyi, and the military didn't like it. So 80 people were killed in Bargo just like yesterday, and it's horrible. So US Embassy in Burma says the time of renewal with the Yangon approaching, we mourn the senseless loss in Bargo and the country where regime forces have reportedly used weapons of war against civilians. The regime has the ability to resolve the crisis and needs to start by ending violence and attacks. The military coup started in November. The Electoral Commission has stated that it was not rigged, that the military just wasn't happy with it. So they're saying that the EU foreign investment tallies with US $700 million in 2019 compared with $19 billion from China. So China is definitely funding Myanmar, well, particularly the military. So 82 people were killed in Bargo. And so this is them, more than 80 anti-coup protesters. They're just protesting peacefully. So they ousted the elected leader on February the 1st. 18 countries, including Australia, have called for a restoration of democracy and the release of political prisoners. We know that in International Women's Day, they arrested a whole lot of women who were protesting. Police stations are being attacked by the army. The army is attacking their own police stations. 10 policemen were killed in that attack. 19 people have been sentenced to death for killing an associate of an army captain. The report said the killing took place on March 27 in North Kapala district of Yangon, Myanmar's biggest city. Martial law has been declared in the district, allowing military courts to pronounce sentences. Meanwhile, the military rulers who overthrew the elected government said that the protest campaign against its rule was dwindling because people wanted peace, and it would hold elections within 2 years, the first time frame it has given for return to democracy. The military is asking for people to cooperate with the military. He said the military had recorded 248 deaths, and he denied automatic weapons have been used. 16 policemen have already been killed. Everybody is calling for peace. There are 2,800 people in detention at the moment. A statement has been released by ambassadors of the United States, Britain, the EU, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, South Korea, Switzerland, and other European nations that says, "We are humbled by their courage and dignity. We stand together to support the hopes and aspirations of all those who believe in a free, just, peaceful, and democratic Myanmar. Violence has to stop. All political detainees must be released and democracy be restored." He accused members of the deposed leader for the arson and said protest campaign being financed by foreign money, but gave no details. He says that they're cooperating with foreign countries and working with neighbouring countries. So this is the ousted Myanmar leader that I think she was under. I think they've got her under arrest or something as well. Ousted Myanmar politicians urge the United Nations Security Council to take action against the military. Our people are ready to pay any cost to get back our rights and freedoms. She urged the council member to direct both direct and indirect pressure. Myanmar state stands at the brink of state failure, a state collapse. The people in Myanmar just want peace. They want their freedom back. They want to be ruled by the person that they've elected, not by the military. Myanmar needs prayers at the moment. There are children that are going to be orphaned because their parents have died. There are parents that have lost their children in this battle. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't like it. And Myanmar is a beautiful country, and they have beautiful people, and they deserve to be able to be free. I would hate for anything to happen to them. I know that a lot of international organizations have had to try and get their people out of there for their own safety. And so, in essence, the people of Myanmar are sort of on their own. So we need to pray for them. We need to support them. And we need to let them know that they're not alone. And we need to get our leaders to do something about it. The people of Myanmar just want to live in peace. They want to live in a democracy. Is that too much to ask? How would you feel if you had to live in those conditions? If suddenly they decided that the election that had just occurred was not valid and suddenly the military was taking over everything by force? I guess the US saw some of that with the storming of the Capitol building. People were unhappy about the process, but that was able to be contained. And the people responsible are facing the courts. But the people in Myanmar are defenseless at the moment. So they need our help. So to the people of Myanmar, hang in there. We're praying for you. We support you. And we want you to have freedom, and we want you to have democracy. And we're so sorry that innocent people are being killed in the name of democracy.